Hello everyone, my name is Miklo. Welcome back to my first video in a while. So this video, I'm going to be talking about some bugged DLC characters. I'm not going to be talking about the DLC fully yet, but these are some characters I realized that are bugged. First things first, the most bugged character in the game, majunior giant form. He has a buff named Pump Up. Now this buff is meant to give him key recovery speed down, and as you guys can see, it's not giving him that. It also does not give him movement speed down. So it's not that I was making a mistake. It is simply forgetting to give him the the key recovery speed down. Which, if you guys do not know, if the devs say the thing does it, it will have to show it unless it's a movement speed buff. Here's his key recovery speed normally. Pretty decent, pretty fast actually, not gonna lie. Takes around about a couple seconds. And I pop the buff. And believe it or not, it's moving at the same speed more or less. And be a little bit faster. And I'm wondering to myself, how the hell did the devs fuck this up? And believe it or not, I think it's because my junior giant form was probably the most rushed character in game, or the character that didn't get finished. I'll say this for one reason. He is the only 4DP character in game that's a second enter sparking mode. They have auto reflect. If you guys do not remember, back during the season 0 patch a year ago, or 2 years ago, I'm trying to remember, they made it so if you're under 70p, your character in sparking mode gets affected by Ki Blast. Well, they forgot to do this to my junior giant form for some reason, probably because he was not made properly. And another character I feel like that was not made properly, Oob. Oob is a 2DP character, and he does not get the auto reflect as giant form Piccolo. Some insane reason. Another thing, Lord Slug, 6 DP. Higher DP than giant form Piccolo. He can still get affected by Ki Blast. Wanna know what makes it funny? This character also has the same pump up as. Let me show you guys. He has the same pump up as giant form Piccolo. But his actually gives him the defense down. And it's an in-game kind of. I don't know how to put it. It's an in-game buff. Which means, like, in real time, the buff has to get applied. As you see here, so is giant form Piccolo's pump buff. It is also an in-game buff. But it changes the camera angle. Which is really weird. There. You can just cancel the buff before it happens. Which I find pretty funny. And of course, his full power is a cutscene. It actually freezes the game. But, blah blah blah. Who cares? At least his pump up isn't good. And bugged out of his mind. My thoughts on the DLC overall, it's a pretty good DLC. I like Super Limit Breaking Journey. I just find some of these characters to be kind of bad and bugged. Like Kid Oob. I personally feel like 2 skill count for his Insta Spark is really, really bad. Saying, oh, but it's so he can enter sparking mode. He only has 4 skill count. You wanna know who else has 4 skill count? Uber GT. And he only has 1 skill count, and his spark is still 4. Like, oh, let me show you. To me, this kind of screams as like the devs just forgetting. You know? Holy whiff. Like, oh, but Oob doesn't do crazy damage. He only 2 AP. He doesn't do good damage. I mean, but like, still, it's consistency among the skills. So don't look at the buffs. Oob GT gets his buff when he enters Spark mode to say, okay, that's just how Oob is. We wish the devs would tell you that, but you know, honestly, who cares? Devs don't even tell you where they go. Alright, you just woke up. Now another character that is, in my personal opinion, unfinished enough, and that is Ader. As you see, he has Howl, which is only 3 DP. Now, his Howl is an instant spark. Like, oh, but he's a droid. He needs to make sure he gets into sparking mode too, and plus he doesn't do too much damage in sparking mode. I don't care. Thinking about consistency. Like, oh, because he has 4 skill count only. Well, so does Android 18. As you can see, 2 other droids, both have instant sparks, and both of them cost 4, and Android 18 only has a skill count cap of 4. I don't know why the devs forgot to give Ader a 4 skill count instant spark, because his also gives him buffs. My only reason that they did this is just so they can make Ader either inherently a little bit more balanced or better. Now, of course, another character, she's not even bugged at all. I kind of switched her Maiden's Passion, showed up a different number, because this is a greatly increase instead of like the slightly increase that every other character has in game. But yeah, PC's pretty fun. Too bad her greatly increase is not really that good. I don't know why it's only 15 seconds when Topo is 25 seconds and he gets key charging speed up. Like, I don't know what the devs have against female characters, but it's a pan situation all over again where they made these characters have less times on their buffs for no inherent reason. And another thing, you can get the greatly key recovery speed up by just doing a chain blast. Like, kind of makes her entire buff kind of pointless and redundant. Now, speaking of switching, I'm pretty sure everybody already knows this, but I'm going to switch to a normal character, so you guys don't think I'm crazy. But the devs definitely do need to fix switching only when it comes to Vanish Wars, because you can switch the second you do a Vanish War into this, and honestly, it's kind of broken. Only kinda, but please devs, keep this. And when I say this, I mean this, like the ability to switch immediately or so after you do a blast. I find this to be super cool. I kind of hate how you mess it up with the Vanish War, but I find this one to be super cool and it can lead to interesting gameplay ideas and team comps. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.